Hey everyone, I'm Adam with
Matt.
We're from BoLS, and today we're talking about Smash Up.
We're looking at the bigger, geekier box, which combines every expansion that AEG has released, which is a lot.
Yeah, the bigger, geekier box is basically your storage solution for the 12 plus expansions coming out, and any future expansions. It's got room in there for everything, including the fighters, the cards, the tokens, the power tokens, all that fun stuff. Yeah, everything that from all these expansions fits inside this big box.
It's got a nice little carrying case within it that just separates very, very cleanly.
Yeah, and you might be familiar with this too, but also in the bigger, geekier box is the dividers for the different factions as well. So it's a really great storage solution for your 64 plus expansions for this game. Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Smash Up, it's a real quick to learn card game that takes all sorts of sci-fi, fantasy, all kinds of different tropes.
Just like pop culture things.
Yeah, and you take two of them and smash them together and just sort of see what happens. And
yeah, it's a deck building type of game where, like Matt said, you get your two factions from all of these expansions all work together. You get your two factions. And the goal of the game is to accumulate victory points, and those are based off of the territories that you're fighting over. Each territory has 3 values for first, second, and third, and that's just based on your minion's power level. So each minion has a power level in the corner, and once you hit the threshold in the base breaks, and then you score based on who has the most, who has the second most, and who has the third most power level on that base, and you get your VPs based off of that.
One of the main benefits, one of the main selling points for Smash Up, I think, is the game takes 5 minutes to learn at most. But then with all these different expansions, you can really fine-tune how much complication and complexity you want to put in your game. And that really makes it easy to bring new people in, but keeps it fun and new and dynamic for your veteran players.
Yeah. Because of the Smash Up mechanic with 64 plus factions, if you do the math on it, it's a lot of different combinations you can end up with. The game's been out for about 7 years, and it's just growing and going strong for AEG. It's a really fun game. The complexity, I think, it comes in the cards, and like Matt said, that's where the replayability comes from. Because on your turn, you only have 2 things you can do. You can play a minion card and you can play an action card. Now, while that doesn't sound super complicated, like I said, all the complexity comes on the cards. Some of those minion cards allow you to play another action. Some of those action cards allow you to play another minion. And then each of the different bases has their own special thing that can happen too.
And because
it's just a lot.
Because it's all written on the card, I don't think there are any keywords you have to remember.
Not really.
It's all written there, so
any keyword type stuff is in the rule book, and if you have an expansion, the bigger geekier box has the full rules in there too, but also all the expansions has any kind of explanations and examples, FAQs inside those particular boxes. So when you get a new expansion, you just flip to that page and it explains everything real quickly for you. You go, oh, that's what that means. Cool. I know what a talent is now. Talents are extra actions you can do based on the cards in play. So it's a little tweaks like that. Another really cool thing that I like about this game is that each of the 64 plus factions has their own thing that they do.
Yeah.
So for example, in the core set, which comes with 8 factions to start, the core set has zombies. Zombies are great. If you're new to the game, grab the zombie deck because you'll probably win. Yeah. But zombies, their big thing is recursion. Just like The Walking Dead, they get up from their discard pile. That's one of the big things they do. Yeah.
And then you can always, so you find out that, okay, I like the way robots function.
Yeah.
But then you have 63 other factions that you can combine with and really try to figure out, oh, they work great with the teddy bears or the sheep.
The bear cav.
Yeah, there's all sorts
or the steampunks, or the ghosts.
Yeah,
or the wizards, or the ninjas.
So many. There's so many.
I can keep going. The shapeshifters are my favorites. So them and the cybernetic apes, because they're a thing. And this game is a lot of fun. There's Cthulhu. There's the obligatory Cthulhu expansion, which introduces a bunch of other stuff. What's neat too is each expansion also introduces a slightly new mechanic You know, it's not overwhelming either, but it's amazing to see how well they all function together. Yeah. And again, just there's so many different iterations of how this game works. Just
real
based
high
on the different
replayability.
Yeah, whatever factions you're playing with, it's a ton of fun. Now the core set has been out for 7 years. Yep. It's a really good pickup. It's designed for 2 to 4 players, based out of this box, because it's eight factions, up to 4 players. However, once you start adding expansions in the game, theoretically, you can keep adding players.
Yeah, I mean, you could play up to 32 since there's the 64 factions if you really wanted.
Yeah, because the way the base breaking works is the number of bases you play with equals the number of players plus 1. Mm-hmm. So if you played with 32 people, you play with 33 bases on the board. I don't recommend that.
No, I wouldn't. It'll be a while before your turn comes back around.
It'll take a while with 2 to 4 players. Excuse me. You're looking at about 45 minutes to an hour of game time. I've seen games go long with 6 people. Again, it's not that it's not fun because you're always in the game. Because you're not actually, like, I'm not playing to attack Matt, and Matt's not attacking me. Right. I mean, you can. There are some factions that, like, snipe other people's, like, minions and stuff. But
yeah, there's not a whole lot of the take that mechanic.
Right.
There's just sort of everyone's fighting over the same territory, and that's where the conflict occurs.
Right. And also, the more players you have, the faster bases will break. Because more players are playing on that base trying to score those points. So... and you want to just be on bases to score to get VPs. That's one of the strategies I've noticed is if you can just be everywhere, whenever a base breaks, you're going to get points. Even if you're not in first place, you know, if I'm in third place and I'm getting, 2 points per base, it's better than being on one base and getting 4 points,
So that's funny because I like trying to overwhelm the high value bases and just, I'm going to break that on my turn, get those... 5 points or whatever.
Exactly.
So a lot of different strategies, a lot of different ways to play.
Yeah, I love this game a lot. There's just a ton of replay value, like we were talking about. Plus, it's super easy to learn. It's great for new players too. If you 5 minutes to learn, and then you just read your cards and do what the cards say.
And the theming is just so good.
Oh, yeah.
Like some of the combinations you can make are just so ridiculous. It really does. Clearly puts a smile on both our faces.
Shape-changing teddy bears, man. Mythic horses and mythic heroes.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a ton of crazy combinations. Part of the fun for me is also naming your decks. So smash them together like zombie wizards.
Coming up with the good portmanteaus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whatever you want to do, Smash Up is a ton of fun. And like you said, it's been out for over 7 years now. 12 expansions and growing constantly.
Yeah, they are still
64
releasing.
Factions and more. There's also a couple secret factions like the Tornadoes, which came in a different expansion that was with the sheep. It was the sheep delivery system. Mm-hmm. Or the Sharknado one, or whatever that one. It was the shark delivery system. Hidden faction was the Tornado. It was great.
That's fun.
So it's a very fun, very punny game.
Yeah.
If that's your cup of tea, and you've got some casual game friends, or if you got some hardcore gaming friends, they're gonna get a kick out of Smash Up.
Yeah, absolutely. It plays well for anyone. I mean, what ages is 10 up?
Yeah.
12 up, but I mean,
if you can read.
Yeah, it really does play well for anyone who enjoys games. Like I haven't met anyone who doesn't like Smash Up.
Right, and the card art's fantastic across the board. It's a lot of fun. It's not super gory. It's not like it's a little cartoony. It's a lot of fun though. I really enjoy this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I could play this over and over.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we're gonna get a game in now. Yeah. So we're signing off. I'm AdamHarry.
And I'm Matt.
We're from BoLS. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.